Are we on time?
Hey!
Hi, everyone. I'm Jacqueline.
I'm Dave. We're the Border Hookups of the Border Hookups Go RVing.
Yeah.
And we're late, and we apologize.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. 5 minutes late, but not too bad. So we have had a lot of stuff going on. Yep. But it's good to see you. We haven't done a live in, gosh, it seems like forever. How long has it been? Do you know?
I don't know. About 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
More than that.
More than that?
Yeah, I want to say maybe 6 weeks or something. We'll have to look back and see.
I like how I pull my hat down and I've got a little...
Do you want to turn the light off?
Yeah, I do. I don't think those lights need to be on back there.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't you turn them off? Perfect. So anyway, thanks for joining us. Yeah, we wanted to come on live because we haven't in a while, and we have some exciting things that have happened since the last time that we went live. We've been playing a ton of shows.
A lot of shows.
Yeah. What was your favorite?
Boy, Jesse James Days. We played Defeat of Jesse James Days in Northfield, Minnesota, where they celebrate the fact that the townspeople fought back against Jesse James. The Jesse James gang and opened a can of whoop-ah on them. Did I say ass? Whoop ass?
That was their last bank robbery, right?
It was.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool. So yeah, we've been playing a lot of shows, played a Taste of Lakeville, and like you said, defeated Jesse James and all of that. And
we had a write-up in the Northfield Guide.
That's not us.
Right, that's not us. And this is not spelled wrong. It's just backwards for you.
It might work out though once in where they're saying it. So
so that was our little write-up.
Yay!
Yeah. So that's it was fun.
Yeah, it was exciting. It was exciting to be featured in the Entertainment Guide. That was a lot of fun. Right?
Next year we'll get the cover.
Ooh,
but we won't be there next year because next year's season, playing season in Minnesota will be shortened because we're going to be out on the road more. And we did a little bit longer season this year because we had to pay for an album that we put out. And they're not cheap. So we played a few more shows than we had originally planned. And we have one more in Minnesota tomorrow morning for Allianz Life Insurance. Plug for their 5K.
And if you have not listened to our album yet, it is on Spotify and Apple Music and all over the place.
50 other channels.
So the Border Hookups. So we'd love it if you guys would take a listen and let us know what you think, right?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else happened? You got something new.
Oh, I got a new guitar. The guitar I was using before, and I've used it for years. I played on it on cruise ships with that guitar, and that thing was beat up. But it was still a great guitar, but it didn't sound very good plugged in for stage use. So I got a new guitar, and I went back and forth as to what to get, and I finally got it at Growth Music in
I'll move out of the way.
In Bloomington, Minnesota, and it's the Garth Brooks Takamine. There you go, and it's a Garth Brooks edition, and it has the sound hole, the funky sound hole. And these are designed for being on stage. So very excited. Going to play it for the first time, plugged in to a big PA system tomorrow. And we'll see how it goes. And I got a new hat. We were playing a show at Buck Hill in Burnsville, Minnesota. And this guy had the cool hat. And I went up to him. I said, that's a really cool hat. And I said, I need to get one of those. He told me where he got it. And then he came up and threw money in our tip jar and said, go buy yourself a hat. Was that condescending that he said that?
I don't think so. I think he was just being genuinely nice.
It's not like go buy yourself a life.
Although I don't think it was quite enough to cover the cost of the hat.
No, it wasn't. I think it was 30. He gave me 37 cents and a stick of chewing gum.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's been a really exciting summer. Another thing is that our daughter got us on TikTok, you guys.
Welcome to the jungle.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So that's been a ride.
It's been interesting.
Yes.
We have been answering questions. It's like a full-time job.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, we didn't even know what TikTok was. No. Like I had heard of it, but really didn't know anything about it. And I don't think you had even heard of it, right?
I had heard of it. I just didn't really understand it.
Mhm.
They thought it was a new social media thing. And
Yeah.
and then when we brought Michaela on board to do all of our social media, she blew us up.
Yeah, she really did. So if you guys are on TikTok, the Border Hookups, we're on there. And I think we don't know if it's viral or not, our one video, but
Yeah, we don't know what the definition of viral is.
yeah, not sure.
It has 585, probably 86,000 views now. And then the other ones have 207,000 views. And it's just, it's pretty crazy. That's one reason that we named this video. And I screwed up this video. I didn't know that I normally don't schedule the lives. Jacqueline does it. And I stepped in thinking I knew what I was doing. So we're only streaming in the western part of South Korea right now. Thanks to me not knowing what I'm doing. So, hey, South Korea, good to see you guys.
I love it.
That's
oh
good
my
stuff,
gosh.
huh?
Yeah.
That was pretty
yeah.
good. That was pretty funny.
Oh my gosh.
Let me write that down.
It was. Yeah. No. But yeah. So TikTok, and we have had so many questions on TikTok. So we decided that we were going to come on and answer all those questions, because I don't want to say surprisingly, but surprisingly, they were very, very good questions. People who were actually interested in the full-time RV travel life. And I was surprised, because I didn't think that there was that demographic on TikTok. I thought it was all like 18-year-olds and, but
RV Living Life is on.
Oh, cool.
Good to see you.
They're
the only ones with the guts to say hello. Everybody else is just lurking in the shadows.
Are you calling people
All of
out?
the other 6?
Yeah.
Well, actually, we got 4 thumbs up, so we're cool. We're straight. We're cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, are you just gonna like derail me all day? And just go off?
That's the plan. Yeah.
That's good though.
I got more where that came from.
Makes life interesting.
Yeah.
So we were going to answer some of our questions that we got on TikTok, and just because I think that there's value in that, and that maybe some of those questions are questions that somebody out there has too.
Can I derail for a second?
Yes,
I'm going to go back and say that one cool thing about this summer was that playing shows, people were showing up.
From YouTube. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys for coming in and checking out our shows. And it's always interesting, because now we're pretty good at spotting it, right? Yeah. So we'll be playing, and I know Jacqueline will see a couple walk in, and we both like, they're
RVers,
because they give you they kind of look at you like well, I've seen them on TV or YouTube or your computer or your phone, and now they're here. And we're the same way when we go see people that we've only watched on YouTube, and we're like, oh, that's them. That's them.
Well, and I think another thing is that they walk in and they don't know the bar or the venue we're at. Whereas
that's true.
Other people know, but they walk in, they're kind of looking around like, okay, where is everything? And trying to get the lay of the land so we can kind of figure it out,
And what I say sound pretentious. A little bit. Was that pretentious?
And they are also very like down to earth people, like we are, I think. Like, you just like, you have that like kindred, spirit. So you see them and you connect, and so thank you for
we appreciate you guys.
any of you that came out to our shows, and we're hopefully gonna have some shows out on the road. We're not scheduling too much, but we'll be around. We'll be out there. So some of the questions that we had from
they're in BC.
TikTok. Awesome.
BC. We have plans to go to BC. Ooh, don't let the cat out of the bag.
Meow. Which cat is that?
The BC cat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not happening for a while, but
no. But wait for us. We'll be there next spring or next fall. We'll be there. So just sit tight. We're on our way.
Hi from Rick and Pam. Oh, hi, you guys. So we're going to answer some of the questions. I wrote them down. I have my little sticky notes here. And so, for instance, we had a question that I thought was a good one about our favorite spots. I think we've maybe answered this before, but what were your favorite spots that you went to? The longer
we've been doing this, the more I like the boondocking. out in the middle, and we were just.
Do you want to explain that in case somebody doesn't
Yeah,
know what that
boondocking is when you're off grid and you're kind of where do we look? Do we look up
but
here?
what does off grid mean?
Meaning you're not plugged into water, you're not plugged into power, you're kind of off on your own. We have solar, so we're able to do it more easily. Before we came on live today, I was walking around the camper listening to Jacqueline singing TNT by AC/DC for the last 45 minutes in all different styles you could imagine. And the thing that came to mind was this time last year when we went on the road, we had all of these reservations made at state parks, county, we got regional parks in Arizona. So we had months at a time when things were set for us.
Thanks to Dave, because he, thought ahead, and maybe because you were so excited about getting out on the road, and he had so many places already booked, which was nice.
Right. And it was, if I went to book those now, they're full. I mean, they really are. In fact, I looked today because we have a show booked in Mesa, and we thought, how do we want to do that? You got to be way out. So my piece of advice that I ran by Jacqueline was, your first time out, your first year, it's okay to make those reservations, make them, get your feet wet in a kind of a more controlled setting, rather than doing the Jack Kerouac middle of the desert right out of the gate. Right. Kind of ease into it a little bit. And so it's okay to go to those places, plug in, get the water, put your rig through its paces and things like that.
Okay, so now are you going to answer the question?
I'm still trying to figure out where to look.
Just wherever you want.
Do I look at me?
Matter.
I'm looking at me.
No.
So I need to be up here.
Yes, right. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Squirrel.
Can we get a sticker up there so I have something to focus on?
Well, I'm going to answer the question. So my favorite spots were the Grand Canyon, because we stayed, like Dave said, we were boondocking. And so we weren't in the RV park. Not that would be bad, but it was just so peaceful. We were out there, in the forest. What was the name of the forest again?
Started with a K. Kabai?
No. Oh, yeah. You're right. And so we were out there, and there were a few people scattered here and there, but it was just absolutely beautiful and peaceful. And we were a 5-minute drive from the Grandview lookout point. Over the Grand Canyon. So it was amazing. In fact, we stayed longer than we were going to because it was so beautiful.
Right.
And then my other favorite was Lost Dutchman State Park in Arizona. And it was just, again, gorgeous. The mountains right there. And we hiked to the top of that mountain, and I have really good memories of that. So those were my favorite spots.
Mine was the pilot truck stop off Route 85.
I'm sure it was.
No, I liked Lost American Girl Mine. I like that one.
That
I
was
just
epic.
like this is out in the middle of nowhere, and I loved it by the Imperial Sand Dunes, so we could go over there and watch the buggies race up and down.
That was fun.
That was a really cool place.
Yeah, it was. The next question that people have been asking a lot is, what do we do for healthcare? So for healthcare, since neither one of us, we were in business for ourselves. So our healthcare, what we decided to do was go with a health share. So we do Liberty Health Share. And so far it has worked really well for us. You have to answer a questionnaire, have to be relatively healthy. Certain things they will not share. So it's like a co-op where everybody puts money in, and then that money is distributed to everybody's medical bills. And, maybe it's not for everybody, but again, it's worked really, really well for us. We have had a few instances where we've had to go to the doctor, a few things that have happened. And then, of course, just our annual physicals and things like that.
Right. And I just realized that I didn't answer their question. We are just south of Minneapolis. That's where we are. So
for one more
RV
day.
Living Life. One more day. Yeah. We finish one show tomorrow, and then we're out of here.
Yeah. So that was the healthcare question. And then going along with that, a lot of people wanted to know, because they're looking at this lifestyle, and they wanted to know what we do for work.
A lot of people ask that.
Yeah.
So Jacqueline's a health coach. We do music. So I do all the booking. And then If you don't know this, we have a YouTube channel called the Border
Yes, you
Hookups
didn't
Carving. So between those three things, we stay incredibly busy. And to be honest with you, if we didn't work out here, it would be a really tough gig. I mean, I don't think I could sit in my lawn chair and stare at the desert all day. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't have it in me.
Well, I'm sure you'd find things to do, but yeah, it's
maybe
nice.
Puzzles.
It's such a balance, though. It's just like living in a house.
Mm-hmm.
You have to balance your work life and your fun life and everything. But when you're out on the road, you're making that choice to be out on the road so that you can have more of those experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's more important to balance that out. Yes,
it is very important. So we've been, a side note, we listen to people sometimes and we get caught up on words. People say important,
which we do too.
Which we do. And then we said, we told ourselves we can't say that anymore. We can't say important.
Right. We're going to
now
say,
we're really articulating important.
I didn't.
And it's driving us crazy because now we're going the other way big time.
I quit doing it. I was like, I cannot say important all the time anymore.
Because when you articulate only one word, it's one thing if you're like this poet laureate that everything is very articulated. That's one thing. But when you just pick out one word in your sentence, that's not good. That sticks out like a sore thumb. And it's very important.
Good thing it's not in any of the songs that we sing, because that would be really difficult. We'd have a tough time with that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's
right.
Another question?
So another question, I think I'll answer this one, is, do we have pets? And we do not have pets. We love dogs, and we've thought about getting a dog a lot. We talk about it all the time, but we do not have any
We
pets.
did have a mouse for about 4 days.
True.
But he is gone now.
Yes.
He or she is really gone. So
yeah. So yeah, we would love to get a dog, but right now it just doesn't work for our lifestyle because when we have shows, we're gone for long, extended periods of time. So, it just wouldn't make sense to leave our pet alone, and we're boondocking. So it's pretty warm in some places. So we don't, but we know a lot of RV travelers who are full-time and who do have pets. And I think it's really cool the ways that they've come up to make sure that to make sure their pets are taken care of. Like having that little pen outside.
Yeah.
And so the dogs have like kind of a run, and then they have those home monitoring systems for the temperature inside.
Right.
And so they use those, and then they take their dogs with them when they go places.
Right.
Right.
Which I never really understood the monitoring system. And I'm totally speaking out of turn here because I don't have one. I don't have any experience with them. But I always wonder about that, because if you're gone, say you're an hour away, and that thing goes off, well, these campers heat up pretty fast. Mm-hmm. But I guess dogs, it's not like a car where you have glass windows all the way around in this small little spot. At least, if you close the windows and you pull the shades, I guess it would take longer. So
and maybe they just they make sure they're not an hour away.
They don't go too far away.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
Yeah.
We should get those for each other. Like if I leave you here, then I know you're okay, and vice versa. That's
kind of sweet. Mm-hmm. Hi to Bob and Jean. Yeah. Okay.
Did you just sing that?
I know I did.
Oh.
I did. I'm like, hi. Hi. So those guys they were at our show, right?
They were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the Cow.
At the Cow.
Yes. You guys are fun, by the way. Mm-hmm. You're a lot of fun. We should definitely get
a little too much fun
again soon. You guys were a lot of fun. Okay. Another question that you should answer is, how do we get our mail? People were very concerned about that, about how to get mail.
We get our mail at my brother's apartment, and they send it there, and then we reach out to him periodically. Well, we talk to him a lot anyway, and then he sends it to us when we're in a stationary position. And I think everybody should be able to send their mail to him to help out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He'd love that.
He would love it. We should just, here. We'll drop the address in the description below. You guys will all send your mail to my brother. He'll sort it all out.
Send him some Christmas cards too, or something.
That'd be funny.
But we also get packages, when we go places. So
I'm reading
packages. I know.
Oh, we get
you're
packages.
Answering this question.
But what we've been doing since we've been here is our friend Mark Ross has been collecting our packages at his house, and then we get a text every now and then that the Border Hookup Central Warehouse is filling up, so we need to come pick up our stuff. But we did everything we could now, because once we're out there, it's a lot more difficult.
But we still get packages. So where do we get them?
Is this a trick
question? I'm having trouble with you today.
Well, we can get them at like UPS drop points.
Yes.
Across the country. Yeah, we've done that. We've, even hardware store. You can send it to a certain hardware store. And
yeah, so you just have to call ahead and see if they'll accept packages. And then sometimes RV parks, you can call them and see if they'll accept packages as well, and have them sent there.
Like we're going to the Balloon Fiesta in Albuquerque, and they said you can get packages while we're there. Yeah. So now we have to buy more stuff just because we can get packages.
No more stuff. The guitar, nothing. No more.
But I sing for you on it like a lark.
I know, it's wonderful. And then the other thing is the Escapees. I know that they have a mail service as well.
America's America's Mailbox too. They have a service.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
Escapees, Escapers, Mailbox America. They're in Box Elder, South Dakota.
Yeah, Escapees. Escapers is an offshoot of, or a part of Escapees. So Escapees, they have mail, and they'll either look through it for you, or they'll scan it in, and you can see it through your email or whatnot. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult to get mail, but you make
it's
it
better than it used to be, where everything was by check. So imagine being out here and everything is by mail and by check. I mean, this is a whole different deal.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So now the next question is, because we mentioned that we saved a little bit of money before we went out on the road. We researched a lot, and we decided that we were going to save some money before we went out. So people have asked how much we saved. So I know that's a big question, isn't it? But we're just going to share it anyway. So we saved, well, not including obviously retirement, but just to have some money in the bank, we saved like 40 grand.
Yeah, 40 grand. And we put our account number and routing number in the description. If you don't believe us, you can check for yourself.
Yeah. But we just wanted to have some money. Actually, we had a little more than that, but then we bought our truck. So but we wanted to have that. You should have a buffer, because if you get out there and your back's against the wall from go, you're not going to enjoy that. You're just not going to enjoy it, because every time something breaks, you're going to freak out. Well, we still freak out, but we're not worried about it from a monetary standpoint. And, your buffer, like you're talking about, your buffer might be different than ours. I do know people who have saved $5,000 and gone out that way, but then, maybe they have a less expensive rig so that they can afford those, repair costs and things like that. So however you're going to go out there and do it, just keep in mind that you should have some money set aside for when things break.
Right.
Yeah.
True story.
Oh, I knew you were going to say true dad. I know you so well. And then another monetary question that people have asked us a lot is, how much does it cost to travel, to go full-time, to be a full-time RV traveler? And honestly, I know that there are videos out there where people will break down their costs.
Yeah. We're
not that efficient.
Right.
So, we don't keep track of absolutely everything. It's just so time consuming.
It's just trying to be mindful of money. I mean, that's what it is. And to be honest, we spent more money sitting in this RV park because we could go to restaurants.
Oh my gosh.
And all of a sudden you realize how much money you spend at restaurants. But when we're boondocking,
So much better.
It's so much cheaper because if you don't run into town, you don't say, oh, I'm going to run to the convenience store, and you eat better, because if it's not good for us, we don't let it into the camper. So
that's pretty helpful.
Bob asked, he just watched our Galveston video.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was wondering about high tides. That was a concern. We camped on the beach. If you haven't seen the Galveston video, we camped on the beach, and yeah, that was a concern, high tides. And we did research that. And
we did.
It was not an issue.
Right. We were not going to stay on that beach if it was going to be coming up. So,
yeah, it didn't get anywhere near close to us. And then the police were driving by all the time, and we figured they would tell us
if we needed to get out.
Yeah.
But we also talked to a few other RV or full-time RVers there that said that it was safe at the time too.
Right.
Because we were staying in a winter home base for a month too with some full-time RVers.
Right.
So,
we got out of there right before the cold snap hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and then All About the Journey said that we'd really like the balloon festival. They lived there. Oh, good. We're so excited. We cannot.
Yeah, we're really excited for that.
That's going to be great. But yeah, so for the cost, we budgeted, we thought it would cost us about $3,500 a month. And we spend more than that. We do. Because, we were going to festivals or events or, things like that, and just like enjoying. So we could pare it down if we really needed to.
Right.
But I would say it probably costs us more like $4,500 a month, or maybe even $5,000 sometimes.
But this year will be different because of the solar. And like I said in the beginning of the video, that we made so many reservations last year. And it's expensive.
It is.
Because not only do you pay the nightly, but you might have to get the yearly pass. Colorado, the yearly pass was almost $100. Just it was cheaper to buy the year than it was to buy the 2 weeks we were there.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's
it's
true.
expensive when you're staying in those RV parks. So people will say, what did you spend on your solar? Well, we spent quite a bit, but every time we use it, we get that money back.
Yeah, like we were looking at the place we're at right now, and the cost of it, if we were staying here a whole month, would have been the same as what we were paying on a mortgage when we lived in a sticks and bricks.
Right.
So it just all depends. And I did hear this from somebody else when we were doing our research, but they said something that's always kind of stuck with us. And that is, you have to kind of choose either travel. So day to day, you're either going to spend money on travel, so gas, or you're going to spend money on entertainment. So you're somewhere where you're going, to see what the town has to offer, and you're eating out or, participating in some kind of festival. Or the other thing was, I'm trying to remember the
travel,
entertainment,
or camping in a camper.
Oh, yes. Or what we were just talking about, having to, spend money on where you're staying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, we are going to the Balloon Fest.
Yes.
Fiesta.
Yes,
Festival.
we are. We're so excited.
Yeah, we'll be there. We have one show on October 2nd in Los Alamos at the Bathtub Brewery.
If anyone's around.
Yeah, if you're around, we're going to be there. I can't remember. I think we start at 7. Not sure. It's on our website, theborderhookups.com. Yeah.
Okay. Want to move on to the next question?
Yeah.
I like that you're reading those, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Look for us. Yeah, that would be wonderful. Ah, yes. So somebody who was considering going full time asked us on TikTok, how did you sell everything? How did you get rid of everything?
Our situation was different because we were at the very front of COVID when all the lockdowns were happening.
Yeah.
So we couldn't have a garage sale. We couldn't have people inside to look at stuff. We couldn't even give it away. The dump was closed unless you were a contractor. Even there's
Goodwill
a place called Used a Bit. We couldn't even donate it because they were closed.
They weren't taking anything.
Nothing. Yeah. So we listed it on Facebook Marketplace, and then then people would come up and pick it up on our porch.
Yeah.
Put money under the rug. So we've probably looked like drug dealers there for about 2 weeks because cars are pulling up in front of our house and just coming up and taking things off the porch. And then, so we were never face to face. We just watched through the window behind the curtains. slowly pulling the curtains open to see who was taking what.
And you know what? It worked out because everybody was so honest, and they just took the item that they said they were going to take, and they all left us the money under the mat. So it really, made us feel good about human beings.
Well, somebody did steal our porch, but we never got that back.
We also had, I'm just blowing right by that one. We also had curb calls. So we put everything out on the curb too. Remember that?
Yeah, we did curb call. Like we just free stuff, and people couldn't believe what we were getting rid of.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice stuff. This wasn't.
Well, we had no
brand
other
new
option.
things. Yeah, we didn't have an option.
Yeah.
So, and then at the very end, we had a friend of mine who owns a junking business came and got the rest. Yeah. We paid him, and he just, again, those guys couldn't believe what we were throwing away.
Yeah, and we really had to, but
we have a choice.
We don't miss it. So
I don't even know what we sold.
Yeah, and I don't know. I guess we could have made some money off some of it and everything, but whatever. It worked out, right?
And then another person asked us if we like living in a tin. How do we like living in a tin can?
That was our favorite question on TikTok.
And
do you like living in a tin can?
Right, I said, laugh out loud. Actually, it's fiberglass, but that's neither here nor there, and we have plenty of room. And then they came back and said that's awesome. So that was fun because we get a lot of people that will comment that we're
homeless.
And we're not homeless.
We're houseless.
We're sticks and brickless.
Right. But we're not homeless.
And I had a friend who I played on the cruise ships with in the Caribbean, and he and his wife got rid of their apartment and bought a camper. And I remember feeling like I should bring over like meals for them because they were homeless. So now I remember back that I didn't get it.
Right. It's a choice.
They made a choice to move into their camper. So now it makes sense when people ask us that.
Right. And they also ask, or I guess your response to that was also that it's plenty of room for us. We feel like it's plenty of room. So, and now we go to other places. Like we went to my daughter, her and her boyfriend and my son to their apartment or their townhome, and it seems gigantic. What are you going to do with all this space?
Yeah, we haven't heard an echo in a room in a long time. There's no echo in our camper.
Really?
No.
Like it.
It's pretty dead.
I hope that we shouldn't close the door, should we? Some kids playing out there, so hopefully that's not
meddling kids.
Yeah. Full
they're
timing
stuck in Canada.
Yes. Well, hopefully. Because I think September 21st is the next day that they decide whether to open to Canadians coming into the US. So hopefully you guys will be able to then. I know if you're a snowbird, you like to be where it's warm. And I totally get that because I could not stay in Minnesota. I mean, if I had to, I could, but I don't want to. I want to go where it's warmer in the wintertime.
Yeah, and getting rid of stuff is tough. It's work. You think, you just get rid of it. It's work. And it's tough because you're getting rid of things. My hockey skates that I had since 10th grade, and I skated in them all through college. I had to get rid of them. I donated them.
Okay, I'm going to one up that because I got rid of my the outfits that my babies came home from the hospital in. So some people can't believe that I did that, but there were little outfits and they were so cute, good memories. But I'm like, what am I going to do with these? They don't want them. So I got rid of those. I got rid of their christening gowns and, all of that. I kept a little box of stuff that my kids, from when they were little, and that was it. But
I thought you were going to say your trophy fish.
I kept one of them.
Where is it?
Yeah. It's up at the
it's at the camp.
Yeah. Yeah. My smallmouth bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did keep one. Yeah. So another thing that kind of goes along with that whole, how do you like living in a tin can is that we got a lot of people commenting on how it was a bad investment because your camper depreciates. So I'll let you take that because that one kind of fired you up a little.
So the comment was,
many comments.
Way to move into a depreciating asset. And my question was, as I looked around, what do I own that's not depreciating? I own nothing that's not depreciating. And my point was, well, then I should never take a vacation because that's an instant depreciation. But our appreciation in the camper is that we get experiences.
Oh my gosh.
By living this lifestyle.
Those are priceless.
Right. And so, yeah, in a house, well, in a good market, our house would be appreciating, but we didn't buy a camper as an investment. We bought a camper for the experiences, knowing full well. And then somebody else mentioned that camper is going to be a rust bucket in 10 years. And I said, great. We get a full 10 years.
10 years would be great.
That'd be awesome.
Wow. 10 years in one
We're banking on like 3 to 4 before we have to get a new camper.
We all know.
Because we're full time.
Yeah. And we all know that if you're a full-time RVer, you're going to have several over 10 years.
10 years would be great.
Oh my gosh. Imagine how many rigs that you would have over 10 years. Like most people, even in a couple of years, they have a few different rigs.
Yeah.
So yes.
And Quartzsite, we are planning on going to Quartzsite.
Somebody was asking about that.
I don't know if we're going to play a show there. The nice thing with us is that we can play a show anywhere. So we've done, we were down at Roger Klein and the Peacemakers in Sonoyta, Arizona. And on the Saturday afternoon, people were like, do you want to play a show? Will you play a show? And we're like, yeah, we'll do it. And so we just brought out our sound system and set up an impromptu show. So you never know. I mean, one thing we're planning on doing, we just haven't set the date yet, is doing a show at Valley of the Names in Arizona.
That's a little difficult to get out there, though.
But that's the cool part.
Yeah, it is.
It's about a half hour, 45-minute drive, bumpy drive, very bumpy. So don't bring your trailer out, just drive out. And we're going to do a show there, and we'll announce that.
Yeah, but we'll probably pick up some shows here and there.
They're already coming in. We just booked one today that came in Mesa, and that's a private event they're doing. And so we're not planning on playing a lot, but it's going to happen. Just like we weren't planning on playing a lot this summer, but it happened.
Right.
It's a really good problem to have.
Absolutely. Yeah, it definitely is. So, yeah. And then, so another question was, how do we still stay healthy on the road? I know you're reading the next question. And that, like Dave was kind of talking about earlier, when you are, I think, surrounded by restaurants and things like that, you're obviously maybe not going to make the best choices because you're always eating out and stuff. So it really helps us actually to be places where we're boondocking or where, town is like a half an hour away, because then we're just eating at home. So we really try to eat at home as much as possible. We're not huge workout people. We try to walk and hike and bike. But other than that, it's just nutrition. And I am a health coach, so I help people to lose weight. And it's all about nutrition.
You've helped a lot of people lose weight.
So
a lot of people.
And I got to meet a lot of those people back in Minnesota here.
Yeah.
So that was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have people that I'm helping in not every state yet, but probably like half of the states so far.
Hey, Steve Longshore.
Hey,
we talk to Steve every now and then, back and forth on Facebook.
Yes.
And
nice to see you.
All about the journey. We love Yuma. We were down at Mitchie Lake. I don't know if you saw the episode on 2 weeks. It changed our lives. And part of that was shot at Mitchie Lake in Yuma, right outside of Yuma. We like that. We would like to go back down there. We try not to go to the same place twice. Certain places we probably will hit, like Quartzsite, because they're hubs. But we try not to go to the same place twice.
Yeah. Yeah. We
do want to go to Joshua Tree, because the last time we were there, we didn't know we were there. We drove through it. It said, this place is really cool. I wonder what this is. And we got it. And I saw in the rearview mirror, or a sign said something like, now leaving Joshua Tree National Park. And that is how good we are.
But I did say it looks like it might be.
Yeah.
Remember? But I didn't know for sure.
No. Yeah. So we drove through it. And it was beautiful.
Yeah. We have to take the time to like stop and smell the roses sometimes.
Right. Once you're out of the park.
Yeah. Sometimes you just get like tunnel vision. You want to get to your destination. Yep. And I think, we need to stop and not do that as much. So, she's wondering, is it Z Ninja? Okay,
wondering
the info.
if your health coaching information is ever in our description.
Yeah, it is in the description in our videos. Not all of them,
Not
but
all
I
of them.
think most of them. There is a link to a form, and so that's just like a health questionnaire type thing. So if you want to get more information, just fill that out, and I'll contact you.
Brandon's on. Brandon helped us set up our show at Brockstock.
Brandon. And then he saw us driving down the freeway, and he took a photo and sent it and said, "Hey, I just saw you guys." It was so cool to see a picture of our rig from somebody else's vantage point when we were driving down the freeway.
Right.
Yes.
That was funny.
Yeah.
He did it. He only sent it after he was home, though, safe and sound. Keys out of the ignition, standing outside of his truck. Yeah.
Brandon helped us out a lot when we were playing his brother's private, and he was like lifting gear for us and hauling stuff. And
you put him to work.
Yes.
And then he promptly disappeared. He's like, I'm done. I'm union.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, he was great. So and that was a lot of fun. The last question that I wanted to mention was, Curtis. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Curtis. And thanks for watching and commenting and everything. We appreciate it. The last questions were that people were asking, what is your favorite part of being a full-time RV traveler, and what is your least favorite part?
My favorite part, should I start? My favorite part is you feel like you're taking off adventures and bucket list things. I don't really have a bucket list, but I feel like every time we go somewhere, I get to say, we saw that. Oh, we saw that. Oh, we saw that. Oh, we saw it. And it doesn't even have to be anything like the Grand Canyon. It could be, man, remember staying in Missouri along that canal or along that, whatever. Stuff like that. My least favorite part, sometimes the stress of not having a home base where you know where everything is. And I've mentioned that a few times in past videos where you get out there and you're like, I don't know where the tire shop is. I don't know where these different things are. That can stress you out a little bit, because you're always, but there's also such a great community out there of people that we, the escapers are huge to us. They're like family. You can reach out to anybody and get help with anything. And now with the internet, I mean, finding a tire shop is
right. My favorite part is similar. Obviously, it's the experience. It's the sense of gratitude I get when we're out there and I'm seeing things that I never even imagined I would see. I'm from a small town in northern Manitoba where there are trees and lakes. I mean, beautiful for the most part, except for all winter long. But to get out there and see these things like the Grand Canyon or the sand dunes or the Royal Gorge or things that I just have this sense of gratitude of like, thank you so much. I'm able to go out and see all of that. So that's my favorite part. My least favorite part, I would say, has to be internet. So we don't need high-speed internet, but it can be frustrating if I need to get on a Zoom call and it's not a really strong signal, or even just having to make sure that we're going to be somewhere where I have a strong enough signal. That's kind of like, because sometimes you're going somewhere and you're not really sure. You can look on Campendium and people will put reports in there of certain places and how strong, AT&T is or Verizon is. We have both. But that can be super frustrating. I just wish it was like, it worked perfectly everywhere. That would be ideal, but it isn't.
And Kim Winter, we love you too.
Oh,
we hope to see you out there as well.
That would be fantastic. Please come up to us and say hello if you do see us.
But slowly, no sudden
scare
movements. Us. Yeah.
Oh my. So that kind of ties into, you kind of wanted to talk about why we need to travel. Need to travel.
It's two parts. One is that we need to travel because we both have wanderlust. We love to be out there, and our lives were going too fast. Oh, another year, another year, another year. The thing about full-time RVing is time slows way down. We still can't believe that it was just last year that we were doing this. It feels like it was a long time ago that we were going to these different places. So just for our sanity, we need to be out because life was just flying way too fast.
So that's what I was going to say is I always tell people when I talk to them, I say, you know how when you're living your daily life and every year is going by faster and faster and faster. Well, when you get out here, it doesn't go by that fast. So we always say, oh, it's because we're getting older. Time's going by faster. But I disagree. I think it's just because everything does become so routine. When you're having a different experience every other day, you know, it's slow. It goes by slower.
Yeah. And so you appreciate it more. And it's just, it's a great feeling. The other reason we need to travel is because of our channel. It's very difficult to be stationary. It's catch-22 because when we're stationary, we're able to play a lot of shows because we can go here, 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 and they're all around where we're staying. But then to get content and good content, because we obviously want you guys to be entertained and we want to be entertained, because if we're all entertained, then it's a win-win. So we need to be
entertained.
Yeah. So so we're trying to get out there and we will be, because we leave tomorrow.
Yes. Well, and that is the motive, right? Is to show you what it's like. That's kind of what our channel is. Like, we want you to feel like you're doing it and see what it's like to be at these different places.
Correct.
So,
and it's we didn't do this to stay put in the state we grew up. Well, I grew up in. Jacqueline's Canadian, but we didn't do this to stay put. We did this to be out there living the adventure and hopefully talking you guys into doing the same thing. That's part of it is we want to say, come along for the ride and live in our tin can with us.
And Steve just said, release another album. 5 songs are not enough. I love that. Thank you, Steve. You're so sweet. And Dave, I don't know if you were on at the beginning of our live here, but Dave got a new guitar. And so that has prompted him to start writing again, which is really cool. So
we were at our friend's, Todd. He was in one episode with us, the winter one where we got caught in the snow. And he has guitars all over his apartment. So I started to play those last weekend. And I'm like, yeah, this is good. To grab a different guitar is amazing. So yes, we will. Well, the plan, Steve, was to record an EP every year. That's not going to happen. It was very ambitious. It's too expensive. And but maybe, you know what, we'll do a song here, a song there. Yeah. When we're in a town, we'll find a recording studio and go in.
I like that. Record. Hey, that's a really good idea.
Thank you.
Because then you have the memory too of my ring.
Yeah.
Then you have the memory too of the town that you're in. And hey, we went to that studio and recorded there. I like that.
Thank you.
Nice.
Not all bad ideas.
Never.
Bad ideas, bad jokes, bad humor.
Sometimes bad jokes, but not always. Usually funny.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So, we're going to wrap it up here, but we just want to say
about upcoming videos.
Yep, I know. That's what I was going to get to.
Oh, you're wrapping up the section.
Yeah, I was segueing into,
because we're supposed to be on till midnight, right?
I was segueing into the next, talking point, which was going to be what the future videos are going to be and kind of where we're going, what our plans are.
Oh, northern Oklahoma. Ooh. That's chilly.
It is?
She's going to set up RV parks.
Oh, fun. Oh, yeah. So, that would be great, Kim. Keep in touch with us and let us know.
So upcoming videos, we tomorrow we are staying at a sculpture garden, which will be cool. And then we're staying at some harvest hosts. And then we are going to do a review. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to tell you this right now, because I've not told anybody else about this except my wife, of course, is as the channel grows, we get requests to do product reviews and to try products, and they'll send you the products. And we've said no to a lot of them. And the reason that we have said no is we haven't seen a product that we thought really pertained to what we do, or a product that we would personally use. And we finally said yes to one, which is cool because we're excited about it because it's a TPMS, which is tire pressure monitoring system. And we have talked about these in our videos and many times in the past. So it only makes sense that we review this one. And it's still in the box. I know nothing about the company. I know nothing about this product other than it's a TPMS. So we're going to be doing a review on that. It's around here somewhere.
And, we don't do a lot of reviews or how-tos and things like that just because we're not that
We
channel,
don't want to become an infomercial.
Yeah, we want to mainly show you our experiences.
Right.
So hopefully, you're enjoying that. And that's what we're going to continue to do. And I think we're going to have some pretty epic videos coming out, a lot of drone work. And really excited to be able to do that. So, we are excited. We've been seeing all of our friends and family that are in Minnesota. So kind of sad, but not really, because we're so excited to get out there.
I texted my brothers last night, said, hey, I'll see you guys next May. Safe travels. Not call me. Let's talk. When are you coming back? What's going on? It's safe travels. Because in today's day and age,
FaceTime.
You FaceTime, you have
Zoom.
Whatever. I would say they watch our videos, but we know my one brother does. But yeah, we would, it's different now.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Ed, for listening to our songs. We appreciate that a lot. So with that, I think we are going to play a little song and homage to Minnesota.
A Minnesota song.
Right?
We're big Gear Daddy. Well, I'm a big Gear Daddy's fan. And they, if you ever heard the song Zamboni, I want to drive a Zamboni. It's the Gear Daddies. And if you've ever heard it at a hockey game,
you should hold up your guitar though first. So some people that weren't on right away. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, try to find a feedback buster insert for this guitar. I don't think they exist. Yeah.
What is it called again?
It's a Takamine Garth Brooks edition.
Okay.
So Garth Brooks, I like Garth Brooks.
I love Garth Brooks. Yeah. So yeah, Minnesota song, and then we'll catch you later.
Well, I woke up this morning with my face to the wall, and I said a real quick prayer. And I prayed to God, and I turned around, may she not be lying there. And I felt her bare skin touching mine, and the blood ran from my head. And I tried to think what I'd say to her. I wish that I were dead. I can't remember her name, and I'm sorry for all my lies. I can't remember her voice, the color of her eyes. Well, I'm lying alone and I'm thinking about all the things that I had done. And I know these things, they just ain't right, and I know I'm not the one. But I want to change and I want to be what you want me to be right now. But it never seems to work out that way. I can't remember her name, and I'm sorry for all my life. I can't remember her voice and the color of her eyes. Why do I always do this? Never change. Why do I always do this? Always be the same. Well, I want to smoke my face to the wall, and I said a real quick prayer. And I prayed to God, and I turned around, and she not be lying there. Then I felt her bare skin touching mine, and the blood ran from my head. And I tried to think what I'd say to her. I wish that I were dead. I can't remember her name, and I'm sorry for all my life. I can't remember the folks the color of her eyes. 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 7 o'clock on the dot.
Woo!
Class dismissed.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks, you guys. We appreciate you very much for watching and being part of this, taking time out of your day.
Mm-hmm. And we definitely hope to see you out there or here.
Here. Yeah.
Out here, maybe not here, but out there because we're heading out.
We're out of here.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome, Jeannie. Bye-bye.